Artículo número 12 que seleccioné se llama Can digital financial inclusion promote the coupling coordination between pollution reduction and low carbon development? Evidence from China. Bueno, el título lo que quiere decir es que si la inclusión financiera digital puede pues promover la coordinación entre la reducción de la contaminación y el desarrollo bajo de carbono. Dice que la evidencia es de China. Abstract. Pollution reduction and low carbon development are two specific but intertwined goals of addressing climate change and sustainable development of the United Nations in 2030, and the effective use of digital financial inclusion is imperative for driving technical innovation, upgrading industrial structure, and addressing climate change. Therefore, this paper investigates the impact of digital financial inclusion on the coupling coordination between pollution reduction and low carbon development using a panel dataset of 30 Chinese provinces from 2011 and 2020. The results show that the coupling coordination between pollution reduction and low carbon development in China improves significantly during the sample period. The synergistic effect of different economic zones and provinces varies greatly in space and time. In addition, digital financial inclusion has a promoting effect on the coupling coordination of pollution and carbon emission reduction. A mechanism analysis also reveals that technological innovation, industrial structure, and energy consumption are the core transmission channels through which digital financial inclusion influences the synergistic effect of pollution and carbon emission reduction. This suggests that the need of coordinated governance by policymakers in warranty and digital financial inclusion is an important way to this coordinated governance. Okay. Introduction. Along the course of industrialization and urbanization, global climate change and air pollution have become serious challenges in the world. The World Health Organization 2022 suggests that hazardous air has still been breathed by a billion individuals worldwide, particularly in developing nations. Long-term exposure to low levels of ambient air pollution will have a negative impact on people's health and quality of life, in addition to impeding social and economic growth. China, the largest developing nation, has taken a number of actions to enhance the quality of the environment. Since greenhouse gas emissions have the same origin, source, and manner, it is viable to regulate them with the same frequency, impact, and pathway. As a blueprint, China's Ministry of Ecology and Environment launched the Action Plan for Pollution Reduction and Carbon Reduction in June 2022. Lessons from developed countries show that benefits between air pollution and climate change can amplify the effects of policies and lower operational expenditures. While there has been a significant amount of research exploring the impact of various financial activities on environmental quality, there has been a lack of research on the relationship between digital financial inclusion and the cooperation between pollution control and low carbon growth. To address this gap in the literature, our study investigates the effects of digital financial inclusion on the degree of the of cooperation between pollution reduction and carbon reduction. Economists have expressed different views on the impact of digital financial inclusion on the environment. On the one hand, the fast growth of internet infrastructure may increase the use of non-renewable energy sources in cities, which could accelerate CO2 emissions. For example, improved access to financial services may raise the amount of industrial and manufacturing activities at firm level. Increasing these activities may also result in energy poverty, hastening the rise of CO2 emissions. Similarly, digital financial inclusion also results in the greater availability of consumer goods, and thus consumers are more likely to acquire energy-hungry electrical items, including cars and air conditioners. This increases energy consumption and endangers the environment. In addition, the environmental effect increases with decreasing urbanization levels. On the other hand, digital financial inclusion enables those in undeveloped, impoverished areas to get access to money to buy renewable renewable energy, including solar energy, compared to fossil fuels. Renewable renewable energy will be more eco-friendly. At the business level, digital financial inclusion supports the development of sustainable energy and aids in product enhancement, all of which contribute to lower air pollution. At the city level, digital financial inclusion can ease corporate financing restrictions, assist small and medium-sized businesses that previously found it difficult to secure financing, and give financial assistance for enhancing pollution control and energy-saving production equipment, therefore supporting the optimization and upgrading of industrial structure and improving the environment. The link between air pollution and digital finance is reversed at the city level in China. In particular, digital finance can promote environmental optimization. Pollution reduction and carbon reduction are both distinct and interdependent subsystems. Fossil fuels are widely used in human production and daily life, and their combustion and utilization process will affect both air quality and low carbon development. On the one hand, improving air quality necessitates pollutant reduction, but mitigating climate warming requires carbon reduction. Numerous pollutant emissions, such as SO2, NOx, and particulate matter affect the ambient air quality. The simultaneous greenhouse gases emission of carbon dioxide, on the other hand, accelerates climate warming. In addition, the two subsystems are interconnected. The emissions of greenhouse gas and air pollutant share the same origin, source, and method in this process. We need to examine from both pollution reduction and carbon reduction perspectives to better access the green development of enterprises. Prior work often focuses on the effects of digital financial inclusion on carbon emissions or other pollutant emissions separately without paying attention to the spillover effect from one emission to other and other possible interactions between carbon and pollution emissions. Yet, these effects cannot easily be identified separately due to the subsystem's complexity. Thus, it is important to determine how much of a synergy exists between the two. Coupling is a physical process, and the degree of coupling coordination refers to combined value of the interaction of two or more systems. To measure coupling, we propose the Coupling Coordination Degree Model (CCDM) to examine the interaction between pollution reduction and low carbon development, because it can effectively support the coordinated evolution of regional pollution resources, environment, and development, and shows good performance in terms of reducing uncertainty caused by arbitrary weight assignment. CCDM has been used to model the interaction between the environment and climate, and between the environment and urbanization. The paper investigates the impact of digital financial inclusion on the degree of cooperation between pollution reduction and low carbon growth. CCDPL, with the following main contributions. Firstly, the linkage between digital financial inclusion and the degree of cooperation between pollution reduction and low carbon growth. CCDPL is important, but little is known about this linkage in the literature. The existing research on emission reduction uses SO2 and CO2 as indicators of pollution and carbon emissions, respectively. Yet, little thought has been given to how closely pollution control and low carbon growth should be coordinated. This paper is the first to examine this issue using the CCDM for pollution reduction carbon emissions systems (PCS) that accounts for their connections and or interactions. The result shows that one standard deviation, 0.67 increase in digital financial inclusion is associated with 2% increase in the coupling coordination. It indicates that the influence of digital inclusive finance on the coupling coordination between the reduction of pollution and low carbon development is significant in both a statistical and economic sense. This empirical evidence suggests that the need of coordinated governance by policymakers is warranted. Secondly, we contribute to the literature of the relationship between digital financial inclusion and coupling coordination by examining several factors. innovation effect, structural effect, and consumer preference. We provide strong evidence that digital financial inclusion has a complete effect on the coupling coordination for these mechanisms. This finding diverges from Boyle. They contend that when the financial system develops, there is a corresponding increase in energy demand and pollution emissions, both of which may worsen environmental harm. Finally, we present new evidence that the association between digital financial inclusion and CCDPL can be moderated by unequal regional economic development, regional natural conditions, and digital financial inclusion policies. The result shows that there are regional heterogeneity, development heterogeneity, and digital financial inclusion policy heterogeneity, and their effects are more pronounced in the central and western regions, high coordination degree, and the area that promotes digital financial inclusion respectively. The remainder of the paper is structured as follows. Section 2 provides a systematic assessment of relevant research and evaluates the influence of digital financial inclusion on the coordinated development of pollution and carbon emissions reduction from a theoretical stand, standpoint and proposes research hypotheses. The choice of variables, indicators, empirical model, and the data source are presented in Section 3. Section 4 presents the empirical test results, including baseline regression mechanism analysis, robustness test, and endogeneity test. Section 5 shows the heterogeneity analysis of different regions and the coupling coordinating degree and digital financial inclusion policy. The studies main results are summarized, discussed, and policy recommendations are put forth in section 6. Okay. Section 2 Literature Review and Hypothesis Development. A new emblem in China's policies agenda is the integrated control of air pollution and climate change, which is also a very significant worldwide issue. Digital financial inclusion may offer the society more convenient and secure banking services, which could be a crucial economic support for the improvement of the ecological environment for the following reasons. First, digital financial inclusion can alleviate corporate financial constraints and financial mismatches, which in turn promotes green innovation, reduces industrial structure distortion, and increases the proportion of clean energy consumption. In other words, the implications of digital financial inclusion are not confined to technology sector. Industrial structure and consumer preference are also affected. Among them, technological effects can enable European countries to produce renewable energy through trade opening, which is conducive to environmental sustainability. By lowering final demand across economic sectors, the structural impacts can meet emission reductions objectives through factors such as household wealth and the coordination and capability of government agencies. The consumer choice effect creates co-benefits between greenhouse gas emissions and air pollution. These views suggest that the changes brought about by the development of digital inclusive finance are precisely in line with the requirements of technological innovation, industrial structure upgrading, and energy consumption substitution required in the process of coordinated governance of air pollution and climate change. It is expected to have a significant impact of the coupling and coordination of pollution reduction and carbon reduction. Therefore, we set hypothesis 1A as follows. Digital financial inclusion positively affects the coupling coordination degree between pollution reduction and low carbon development. Bueno, ya se me acabó el tiempo. Bueno, entonces el estudio lo que dice es que la inclusión financiera digital promueve de manera significativa en la reducción de la contaminación. Se tomó una muestra de 30 provincias de China. Bueno, habla de las opiniones que han tenido varios economistas en relación a la inclusión financiera digital y el impacto pues que tiene también en el medio ambiente. Dice que utilizar las finanzas a nivel digital aumenta, pues hay mucha propagación de internet y aumenta pues como que las empresas hagan como trabajos más fuertes y esto conlleva que la emisión del CO2 sea un poco mayor. Dice que esta inclusión financiera hace como que las personas tengan más acceso a productos de consumo digital y puedan estar comprando, digamos, más en línea electrodomésticos. Entonces hace que haya más uso de energía y por ende, por ese aumento de energía sea más pues contaminante o sea más dañino para el medio ambiente. Pero también habla de que por otro lado la inclusión financiera digital hace que digamos se pueda las personas de pronto de bajos recursos o de lugares muy remotos o empobrecidos tengan forma de acceder también al uso de esa tecnología y además también puedan comprar energías renovables como son por ejemplo la energía solar. Habla de que a nivel empresarial se apoya la inclusión digital financiera porque puede apoyar al consumo de energías renovables y por ende pues apoya el medio ambiente. Y habla de que en general las finanzas digitales ayudan a promover la optimización ambiental. No, ya esa partecita de acá. Marica, ¿qué es este calor? Reflexionado. Una evaluación sistemática de la investigación relevante y evalúa la influencia de la inclusión. Proporciona una evaluación sistemática de la investigación relevante. La influencia de la inclusión financiera digital en el desarrollo coordinado, la reducción de contaminación, las emisiones de carbono. Teórica y propone la hipótesis de investigación. La elección de variables. Se propone la investigación. Variables. La sección 3 presenta los resultados de test empírico incluyendo la regresión. Presenta resultados y análisis. La sección 5 muestra los análisis de heterogeneidad de diferentes regiones, sin de componer la política de inclusión financiera, los principales